welcome to New Mom Spirits. I'm Nadia, the owner and maker of New Mom Spirits and the face behind all those hands that you have seen for a very long time, creating incredible designs. I know I cut my hair, I changed it, I look a little bit different, but never felt better. Anyway, today we are going to discuss how to start a craft business, because you might have a hobby, you might have a passion, you might have a dream, but when it comes to turning it into a business, it's not that easy. Today I'm going to give you the real beginner's guide on how to do it. This is something that no one has ever gave you before because they are too busy selling you lies. And I'm not here to come and say, oh, listen to me, don't listen to others. But out of my experience, after 8 years in social media and studying different content creators that they are doing my niche, I can tell you there's so many things that they tell you that actually are not accurate, or they don't give you the full story. I'm gonna give it to you. So sit down. If you're crocheting, knitting, embroidering, whatever it is that you're doing, keep going and let's have a chat. And why not, like me, let's prepare a coffee and enjoy the beautiful sun we have here in today. And let's get started. First of all, and most importantly, you need to have a niche. What is a niche? That's something that many people we don't know. Well, your niche is, what problem are you solving? That's the question you need to say. Like, what can I offer that is gonna be a problem solver? Or what dream are you selling? Like, I'm gonna put you different examples. If you wanna do something like me, candles, tumblers, crochet, knitting, epoxy things, decoration, decorations for the house. So I'm on the niche of craft. Everything fall on craft. And then from there, I can dig deeper, which I think, I don't want to make too difficult this video. I might come with either some stories explaining to you step by step, or with another video on this, because that's a more on detail how to really break down your niche until you literally are where you should be. But I'm going to explain you really quickly. Craft is your niche. From there, what do you like? Just say, what do you like? Put one or two things. What do I like? Like me. I'm putting my example so I make you easy to understand. I like, as I said, personalized items like tumblers, candles, gifts. I love crochet. Like, I grew up. I've been doing it for over 2 decades. And knitting. I also like drawings and creating things. So I have their different things. How can I make all of that work? Really simple. I like to make personalized things and gifts. Perfect. That is part of tumblers, candles, crochet and knitting. I like to draw and design things. Perfect. I can draw and design these things that I can put on my tumblers, or I can draw and design patterns to later on create or share with others. You understand my point? I'm breaking it. But then after, because otherwise you drive crazy your audience, especially at the very beginning. From all of that I love, you need to come and say, what do I know right now, 1000%, that I do not have to study anything at all anymore? Going back to me, I know for over 2 decades how to knit and crochet. Am I confident sharing knitting projects? No, because I struggle a lot. I practice a lot, but I'm still struggling. How to put it on camera, how to make it work. So, crochet. Yeah, crochet, same like I can crochet here. I can crochet here. I can crochet behind a camera, in front of a camera. I feel confident. I can crochet standing. I can crochet lay down, sitting down. Any position and form, shape or form, where you want me to be, I will be, and I'll do it properly. It's out of practice, okay? Let's just be here kind and nice to each other. So, what will be my 1000% that I should be focusing on and look it into and try to explore out there and start putting the stamp on my brand. Well, crochet will be my case. And on the background, I can continue practicing how to film knitting. I can practice how to do candles. I can practice how to do tumblers. I can do all of those things. Or start selling things of my crochet, and then while you make a little bit more money, which is something we're going to speak later on in another video, I will see, then you're going to come and you're going to invest that money in your studies or in your materials for other things. But break down, as I say, from your niche that you know now is craft, then break down what you like the most, and then what you 1000% could start sharing with your audience from right this instant. Not next week, not next month, not next year. No, right now. What it is that you can give. What it is a problem solver. Like, can I come today and share with someone that don't know how to hold a hook? How to hold a hook? Yes. So there we go. That's my problem solving. Can I share it with someone why they cannot make their project tight enough? Yes. So I'm going to come and share that with my audience. You understand? Or here I am saying, I've been crocheting and knitting for over 2 decades. My grandmother taught me. She recently passed away, and I would love to continue her legacy by sharing with all of you what she taught me since I was really young. Then, there we go. I'm selling a dream. I'm sharing my story. And from there, I'm selling my knowledge and the knowledge that my grandmother and not my great-grandmother, but her aunties taught her. Because unfortunately, my grandmother didn't have a mother when she was growing up. So, you see, I'm selling a dream. And with that knowledge of my dream, at the same time, I'm solving a problem. Because somebody that can come and say, oh, I struggle a lot on how to do this. I have so many students, especially teenagers, that they struggle a lot. How to hold their hook and their yarn, and they feel I will never be able to do it. I meet them once, online or in person. I teach them, and they are doing crochet as a therapeutic thing, as a hobby. Some of them even start to do gifts for friends and family members, and they're just thriving because I was able to focus on what it is that I have to offer immediately. What can I give to my audience? Yeah. So do that, break your niche, and then make sure exactly what it is that you could sell with someone. Start with one. You're going to choose one product, one platform, one audience. We break it down. We were in crochet, yes? So now you're gonna come and say, okay, what product can I literally create and share today? I'm gonna say a granny square, okay? So that's your product. You have one product, which is the granny square. And you're gonna go to one platform. I know it's so tempting and easy to come and say, oh, I'm gonna take it and put it on Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, anywhere. Could you do that? Yes. But if we're talking about people absolutely starting, okay? Thankfully, you could put it on Instagram and straight away go to Facebook. But it falls on a basket surrounded for millions of other videos. So it's really difficult to make it visible. So can you put it on Instagram and straight away on Facebook? Yes. Will it work on Facebook? Probably no. Just because you're not giving the attention and the needs that a video on Facebook will need it. But that's another topic. Right now, I don't want to overwhelm you. So we're going to think about, let's choose Instagram or TikTok. One of those you're going to take. Then you're going to come with your product, finish, you have one. You're going to come to either Instagram or to TikTok. I know you can share each other and put the same video, absolutely. But then again, you're not giving the full attention to any of them. You're just spreading. You're kind of doing something smart, which is put one egg on each basket, but you need to be ready for that. And if you don't have much time and much knowledge, I would say don't overwhelm yourself putting in multiple platforms, and then just put it for the purpose of putting it and closing it down and goodbye, okay? Because you need to focus on one audience. So then you need to come and say, okay, one granny square, I chose TikTok and my audience is granny squares lovers. Are there many people out there? Absolutely. So that same product in that same platform for that same audience, you're gonna repurpose the same thing multiple times. That means you're gonna come one day and you're gonna show your finished product and say, hey TikTok, I just wanna show you the product I just finished. One product, one platform, one audience. You're gonna come at the next day or every 2 days. Depends how often and confident you feel. And you don't always have to show your face, or you don't have to show your face at all. I will just suggest, please, when you are doing crafting like this and you're gonna be on camera, just try to have nice nails. I'm sorry, I have OCD, unfortunately, and I struggle a lot when I see people's videos with nail polishes that they should have been removed months ago, broken nails, things like that. Just try to every day give a little look and a little love to your hands, because that's what you're sharing with the world. And sometimes you can be the best, in this case scenario, the best crocheter on the world. I'm so sorry if I open your video and I see some nails that, or some hands that I'm uncomfortable looking at. I will stop watching your video. And I'm so sorry. This is just me being raw and honest with you, okay? And many other people will say it. And I know a lot of people say, well, at least I have somebody watch, and somebody, even if it's a negative review, it's a review. Don't do that, especially at the very beginning. So this was just like a little tip in there. So we go back. First day, hi TikTok, here is the new granny square I made. Perfect. Day number 2, you're going to share granny square row 1, and you're gonna film yourself doing row 1. Then you're gonna come at the next day or 2 days later, okay? Depends how you prefer. And you're gonna show row 2. If possible, even use different colors in this project so they can see the difference. They can see when they see your fits, when they see all your profile, they can see how it's increased, how is it grows and change. So using multiple colors, especially for granny squares, is really easy, and it's really beautiful. How does it look? Then day 3, row 3. Depends how many rows, okay? So you're gonna repurpose that and every day share one row. If you have any struggles, you're gonna come also as well and say, struggling from row 1 to 2, or how to change from one color to another. And then in between row 1 and row 2, you're gonna show how to change colors. Then you're gonna come in between 2 and 3, for example, how to hide your tails. I know you already show how to change colors, but here you are showing as well how to, like, you are repurposing another thing in between, so it doesn't get bored of row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It gets row, as I say, how to start row 1, another video, do row 1. How to change colors, row 2. How to weave ends, or how to hide the ends of the colors you just changed, row 3. How to, I don't know, row 4. I can't, it doesn't really come to me right now another one. You understand my purpose, right? So by the moment you finish with all of this, probably you have over a week of content filmed just of one project, okay? So you have one project, granny squares, one platforms, TikTok, one audience. Anybody, actually even the audience, with what I just said, you can even expand it more. Why? Because you will actually be focusing on granny square lovers, crochet lovers, beginners, okay? Why? Because if I like crochet, I will want to see new ideas. Why not? Maybe I'm stuck. Maybe I don't know what to do today. Okay. Number 2, granny square lovers. We all love granny squares. We know there's thousands of styles. But again, sometimes you have some colors and you don't really know what to do. And then you consider like, what could I do today? What could I change today? Or what colors should I combine? And then you start scrolling on that. And then absolute beginners. Why? Because you are actually coming and you're sharing row 1 for absolute beginners, as struggling beginners, how to connect 2 colors. And actually you can even go wider than that. And the very beginning of everything, or even push what I say in between rows and do, hi, this is the product. Next video, how to hold a hook and how to hold the yarn. Then how to start row 1, which normally is by chains or by a magic ring, so you can show in one same clip how to start with chains and do the circle and how to do the magic ring. So there you go. In one you have create two, and then how to do row one. So do you see my point? How are you one project, you can break it. There is people out there, and this is what you don't understand, and sometimes we get so obsessed, and I'm one of them. Okay, I'm a neurodivergent, as I said, so I struggle a lot with so many changes on my brain. Like, I'm even doing this video and my brain is trying to jump, and I'm like, no, we're focused on this. That's why if you see me looking down, I apologize, but I need to have notes, because otherwise my brain is jumping out of place every 5 seconds. Okay, so what I was going with this is, I sometimes want to share 7 days, 7 different projects. You don't have to. There's people out there. You need to work efficiently and smart, okay? And this is what I'm doing right now. And I can tell you my life has changed, which is, you know, you can take one simple project, as I say, one simple granny square, and make content for a month. One granny square can give you content in one video that you actually film yourself and you cut into pieces, can become the content of a full month. And the funny thing is, you can schedule your TikTok from a laptop. They don't allow you to do it on your phone. I know businesses can do it. I don't know if private personal accounts are allowed to schedule things. I know businesses, yes. And that will be another topic, but make sure any platform that you use, please, you create a business account. So you can schedule it. If you choose to do it on Instagram/Facebook, you can go to Meta Business Suite, and over in there, you could plan every single day what video you are gonna put in there. And the good actual thing of Meta, it will even tell you what time a better audience for your video is in there. So you can just go every day and just make sure, if you put it every day at 10 a.m., you can go every day around 8 o'clock and say, okay, what about today? And then maybe Meta is telling you to put it at 6. So just swap it until 6, put it at 6 and test it. And that way, social media is collaborating with you for free, helping you to put that video out there. You already done the hard work, which is one video in one day, one project, and program it. Meta allows you to schedule 29 days in advance. So as I say, I could be here doing this video, let's say, I do it today, I upload it today, I schedule it today, and I could be doing for the next 29 days, I'm so sorry, whatever I want. I could even be programming the next 29 days, and then the next 29, and basically in a week time that you take focusing on work, or in 12 days, you can cover 12 months of your account and actually only have 12 projects done. Isn't that sounds cool? That in 12 days you could do that as an absolute beginner starting a small business. And if in between you could come and put something else, do it. But maybe if you're relaxed because you know you have Instagram and Facebook covered, it's just going out to do. You're crazy today, you come tomorrow or in the next week, to don't overwhelm yourself, and then you can test. How about if I put more hashtags? How about if I put it on this Facebook group? How about it now I play around and put it on stories and I tag these people, so you can study and learn from the apps how to make it work better. So that is teaching you for the upcoming months. Make sense? And as I said, all of this is as easy as just being done with one product, one platform, one audience. So start with one. Don't try to go crazy, okay? I've done it and it's really overwhelming and it will burn you out. And as a very beginning, what is gonna happen to you is that you are gonna quit next week and tell me, it didn't work. Well, did you listen? That's the question. I know a lot of people say comparison and validation is really bad. But when you are absolutely starting, you need to reconsider this. And why? You have your idea, you have your product, you haven't done it yet, wait a second, and you need to ask yourself, do people buy this? Do people want to buy this? Is this something it will be valuable and people will actually want? If you try to make something so complicated that people don't even understand, or that there is millions of people out there doing it, well, guess what? you have the chance of a 1 in a million. Yes, I know crochet is out there for so many people, but you can come, and I've done it and I've tested, and it's actually worked as well. I'm putting my example because why not? You can come, and I have seen one little project, let's say kind of like a coaster with, I'm just gonna make it up, a mushroom. I'm like, I like that mushroom. That's so cute. But what about if I actually make it a 3D and I change the style and the size and the colors and then I make it 3D? Now, how about I make a granny square around it? Or how about I make a flat panel and I actually sew that to the panel and I make it look like a pouch, like a handbag, like something like that. Or I make it into a pin. How about so people can put it on their clothes? You understand my point? So, can this simple design be saleable? Yes. Can I come with something that nobody has ever been tested, something that nobody has ever seen, and something so unique that I know one day people will love and blah, blah, blah? Maybe. But again, is it gonna work? And sometimes it's as simple as this. When you don't know where to start or what to create or do people want it, ask yourself this. I am a mother, okay? I have 2 kids, 8 and 6 years old, but they were babies, right? Once upon a time as well. So what I ask myself all the time is, we are in summer. What it is that I can create that my kids need, that my kids will use, that my kids will appreciate. For example, they go to the park and my daughter, for example, as well, especially, she likes to carry her water spray because she has allergies. So she likes to carry with her water spray, her Kleenex, like tissue, a book, some lip balms, whatever. So what can I create for her that it will work? Well, a handbag, a pouch. But normally out there, they are just making it for grown-ups. How about if I make it for kids? How about if I make a really wild, crazy design of something that she loves? How about I make a rainbow bag? So I make the shape of a rainbow, but actually it's a bag. Obviously, to put a book is not gonna work, but you understand my point, right? Things like that. You go to yoga and you go to the classes and you're always with the mat, with this. How about you make yourself one bag to put your yoga mat inside and you're gonna go to the classes, and many women, believe me, many women will tell you, where did you got that? Boom, you got yourself. So you know what? And you got your free promotion. You just brought something with you. And as I say, also with the bags, your children will go to school, to activities, to parties, to the park with this bag. And so many other girls will ask them. For my son, he also likes to, sometimes he has a lot of like small toys and he likes to carry them. So I make like a pouch that is more boyish where he can put all of that and he can take it with him and they are always in there. Sometimes he tries to put massive things like Avengers and dinosaurs, but he doesn't understand that a pouch this way cannot fit a doll this way. But that's another story. Okay, don't try to understand sometimes children. That's the funny thing. But you know what I mean? Just try to think about, if you're a mom with babies, what it is on your posture, for example, that you could create that it will be so convenient, so good, so easy. You're a dog owner. How about a little kind of like a crossover bag that has like a pouch where you can put the bags for your animals thingy? That's my point. See how simple and how easy those ideas are. Like what it is that every day you could use, that you could need and actually work. If you need it, if you thought about it, I'm sure many moms and many dog owners and many women and men and grandmas and grandpas and aunties and whatever have thought about it once. So why not create it and then put it out there? Go to moms groups and then put it on moms groups and say, look what I just created because I'm so tired, XYZ. I'm so tired of my child having so many things on the bottom. So I create a basket that my child has it on the side with all the little toys. Boom, I just gave you an idea, by the way. You understand what I mean? Silly things like that. Take pictures of your child playing with it and having all the toys in there, blah, blah, blah. It's silly things, but think about that. Think smartly. As I say, think quick, think efficiently, work smartly. It's just all about don't overcomplicate yourself, especially when you're absolutely starting, because you could be wasting a lot of time and a lot of energy in things that you don't need. That's why do not compare yourself with others, but you can grab some ideas and then from there making it big. Like, for example, I just gave you a lot of ideas right now. Okay, that doesn't mean that idea belongs to me. I just decided to give it to you. Use it however you want to. And again, obviously, if you're gonna do one project and wait until a million people come and say, oh my God, I love it, I wanna have it, that's not gonna happen. But because I gave you the strategy of one, which is one product, one platform, one audience, and the possibility of upload that.
Sorry.
It's okay, boy. Just be careful. I just gave you the possibility of uploading that in a million possible forms, even to extend it to be a whole month. Well, take that advantage and make it work. One important thing, you're not just creating products, you need to think about the brand, okay? And should be thought before you decide to put anything online, because how are you calling your platform? I mean, I'm not going to call my social media Nadia and just start uploading things, and in 3 months I think about that. Like, I thought about my brand name a lot before I decide to put anything online, okay? But again, while you prepare your logo, your this, your that, work in your creation of your project. So for example, give yourself a week, 7 days. One day you are going to create one project every day. You can even create one project every day. And on that meantime, you're creating the logo, the name of the brand, the bio, all of these sort of things. Captions, you can start creating all the captions and the hashtags and everything and have them all ready. So later on you just have to copy paste and put it on social media. Prepare all of this. My case scenario, where is New Mom Spirit come from? Well, my initials are NMS. So when I decided to create the brand back on 2020, I knew I wanted a name that resonated with what I was doing, resonated with who I was as a person, and that had my initials. So as I say, I knew I wanted NMS. It was not an easy answer to say, okay, this or okay, that. It was quite difficult playing with those words. But I was a mom of two. My son was a baby, and I was going through so much. And actually, the beginning of my business was the beginning of a new Nadia, a new version of who I was. I turned into spirituality. I changed completely my life. And I was starting a new journey. One, stop being a housewife, because obviously I was going through a separation, but I wanted to stop being a housewife. I wanted to be a home educator. I wanted to be a small business owner and content creator and things like that. So it was a new mom. I was becoming a new mom, and I was in spirituality. So it was a new mom spirit. It was my own spirit rebirthing. I was awakening. I was growing. I was becoming a new version of myself. So there goes the new. I am a mom, and it was a new spiritual awakening. So that's why NMS became New Mom Spirit. I play along with those 3 words so long. I could tell you at least for 10 days, I was searching for things. And back in the day, we didn't have AI, we didn't have ChatGPT to go and ask for it. And be really careful with the ChatGPT, because you want to find a name that nobody else has it. Okay? I have opened my academy, and I have decided to call it Little Makers Academy. There is one Little Makers in New York, and there is one Little Makers in Liverpool. I did not ask ChatGPT, and I didn't do much research. It just came because I always said about my kids, like, yeah, my little makers, they're always making things, or my little ones are always making things. So it makes sense to me on my brand that Little Makers Academy. You know, but there are a lot more in there. So that is my point of, if you want to create something unique, especially when we are doing creations like this, do it. But something really boring that I will not recommend you, and it sounds so not catchy and not I don't want to call it lazy, but for me, it is actually a little bit, because it means you have not invested a single second on think about it. If you're going to come and call it Nadia Crochets, Crochet with Nadia, Nadia Candles, Homemade Candles Nadia, or by Nadia, I mean, can you be more boring? I will understand an elder person coming with things like that if they don't have any knowledge of social media or help or whatever, and then back on the day. But there is people that maybe call it like little hands crocheting, or you know what I mean, like aromatic cottages. I don't know, it's a silly thing, but create a name that people think about it and that people will remember, because they will connect it with something related to this. Me, because I knew I wanted to have a spread niche on craft. Like, as I say, I used to do tumblers. I'm gonna get back into it again. I'm still doing candles just for parties and friends like that, but I'm still doing them. And then I have the crochet, and I want to put the knitting. So I know I needed a name that had nothing to do with a specific topic. So I can come to New Mom Spirit. Right now I'm focusing on crochet. Tomorrow I come and then I decide to start putting all tumblers, and then that's it. Or I can mix it up. Okay? So think about that when you create a name. And then as bio, just put something that resonates with who you are. I am a mom. So I normally, I think right now I have like mama maker, crochet business and crafts, neurodivergent family. I have things like that. And I'm not trying to sell myself like, oh, because I'm neurodivergent. No. But I want to explain to people that the way how I try to teach and everything, this is why I'm like that. This is why I'm hyperactive. This is why I cannot stop. This is why I come with a million things. This is why I film a lot and I don't share it sometimes because I overthink it too much. I think it's not good enough. And actually I decide to share it a year later and it's become viral. That's why I have so many projects that I cannot finish, because sometimes I have a really short concentration sometimes, some days, and I start one project, it becomes challenging. If I stop, the moment I stop, my brain will not allow me to get back to it, and then I'm gonna hate myself because I can see it every day and it's not finished, and my OCD will be screaming at me, and I will end up going and removing it completely, and then that's it, project gone, not finished, no nothing. Or I will pile them all up in a bag and hide it under my bed and keep it in there taking dust, because I know the second I see it, I'm gonna have a panic attack. So because I don't want to go through all of this, so I'm not selling myself as a neurodivergent. I'm sharing real and truthful and raw story of what it is to be in my skin and why I am the way that I am and why I sound the way that I sound and all of those things. And maybe you will get to understand me a little bit better and connect a little bit more. Comes the thing of, and this is a huge mistake. This is going to be like, I think, the last thing, because it's becoming quite long and I don't want to stress you out and bore you here. But one of the biggest mistakes that many beginners and small business do is, we go back a little bit to what we say about comparing each other. So you come, again, let's put the example. You come now and say, I want to put crochet in there, but there are millions out there and I am here and everybody else is here. What can I do to jump? And they come and they start trusting these people that say to them, pay this amount of money and I will give you 1,000 subscribers or followers. They start doing ads and investing an insane amount of time and money on ads to promote one video. Well, let's just, I don't know how to say this and be kind at the same time that I say it, okay? Because I don't want to be too cruel. But maybe if I'm cruel and raw and honest and straight, you will get it. You are a nobody. Nobody knows you. And the fact that you pay somebody to lie to you and pretend that you're somebody, I'm so sorry. You're going to continue being a nobody with a big platform. What I mean with this is, if you go and buy subscribers or followers, no matter what they are saying to you, those are robots. Those are AI generated. Those are fake people. Those are people that actually get paid for doing those sort of things. Okay? But that is not going to give you views on your videos. Those are not real potential customers or people that I will appreciate your work. Yes, it sounds really nice. I know it's so tempting and so nice to come and say, I have this platform, I share this, and look, I have 1,000 followers and I have 10 million views because you pay for them. But are you gonna constantly pay for that? Because tomorrow you're about to share another video and who's gonna watch that? You're gonna fall on this loop of constantly paying for views and subscribers until somebody find you. And what I know for experience of people around me, and I test this once, I was helping a friend and we decided to test one account. I can tell you it's not for your own good because algorithm doesn't understand you. And if the social media platform where you put it in, either is Instagram or TikTok, doesn't understand you, who you are and what you want and where you come from, they are not gonna help you. So same that I was saying to you before, Meta will help you and tell you which days to upload. Guess what? Buy these fake accounts to grow up and bubble up your account to look better. It's gonna give you nothing good. I can assure you that. I mean, I am being 1000% honest, clear, and raw here with you, okay? And then, about the ads, same thing. There are big people with millions followers and views and everything doing ads. I know, but what do you have in your account? You wanna do ads? How about if you wait until you have a full month of content in there? See which video did really, really well and repurpose that for an ad. That I will say yes, because you already put a month of work into it or 2 months. Okay? Yes. Then yes. At the very beginning, because you upload a video saying, hi, I'm Nadia and I love to do crochet. Here is my new project. I watch that and I will be like, and scroll by. I'm not interested. Or worse, even worse than that. Somebody will click in, go into your account, and you have 0 followers, nearly any views, or fake followers, in a million. You have a viral first video. How is that possible? I don't get it. Like, do you understand my point? I know it's really sad at the very beginning to say, oh, everybody's here and I'm here and I want to grow. Don't you think those people, once upon a time, used to be in the position that you are? The only thing is that you're in that position right now on 2025 or whenever it is that you're watching this in the future. And they were there in 2000, whatever. But you know also what? Nowadays, we have so many things that they did not exist 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So the fact that you compare yourself with somebody that was here 15 years ago, the audience worked in a different way, algorithm worked in a different way. 10 years ago, YouTube used to pay you just for any video that you upload. You didn't need it, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of views, and 10 million short views, okay? You didn't need that. YouTube used to pay you for every single video that you upload. What happened? People start coming, people start exploding, YouTube starts seeing that they are paying a lot of money and maybe it was not worthy for them, and they start putting, terms and conditions. You want to earn money, you want to do this is what you need. But maybe that person started 15 years ago, and obviously in 15 years, if in 15 years you only have 1,000 subscribers or less, well, I'm so sorry to tell you, but your content has 0 value. I mean, let's be honest. 1,000 subscribers in 15 years is not even a subscribe per year. You understand my point, right? So, be very careful with that, because I know it can be really tempting, but it can be a ginormous mistake. And you don't want to make it, and you don't want to fall on that loop. I know people, and I have helped people starting their businesses and creating accounts, and I have told them, don't do it. What they did, the opposite, because for some reason, everybody does the opposite. It's same like here, I tell you, please subscribe, please follow me, and then what you do, don't do it. So maybe I need to come and say, please do not subscribe to my channel. Please do not follow me on social media. You're not welcome to check my social media. And you'll actually go and do it. Who knows, right? You might do that. So, my point. I said to them not to do it. And then they come to me a month later. Oh my God, I put £50, £100 on ads and I didn't even got one sale or one appointment. And I'm like, I told you so. I mean, you might be wealthy, you might have a lot of money, but you really want to invest your money on something that you're not giving any value to anybody. You're not solving any problem. You're not giving nothing to somebody. So why do you think they want to invest on you? Who are you for them to want to invest on you? To be honest, even the biggest of the biggest, I don't know right now. I don't like to put names, but you know what I mean. You are starting. You have nothing. Build your brand. Create your brand. Create your product. Create your audience. Create your platform. Grow it up. Do something out of it, and then, just then, you can come and say, "Hey, I have XYZ amount of followers that are already enjoying my content. Why don't you come and join our platform?" Boom. And then you bring them. But to be honest, nowadays what I see, if you are doing things that you are entertaining people, and it's not being you a clown in here, okay? I dislike that very much. I'm not here to be a clown. Same like a lot of people tell me, you could be doing thousands of pounds if you put your kids online sharing the stuff that you do or whatever. Well, I'm not going to exploit my kids. I don't have desire of selling my kids' image. Sometimes, yes, they speak on the background, or like my son before, drop all the crayons and the markers on the floor. Welcome to motherhood 2.0 sometimes. But you know what I mean? They sometimes come here and show you things and tell you things. That's a different thing. That doesn't mean I'm going to follow what the audience says, just because in my work, I'm not that, I'm not into that, let's say. Okay. So consider all of this that I say, because at the end of the day, it's all about sharing a story. And the last piece of advice I can give you before I help you out a little bit more is share your story. Same like I was saying to you before, come with a granny square and then break it down. How about if you come every Thursday and then you do Truth Thursdays, for example, or Tuesdays, Truth Tuesdays, or Mindful Mondays, whatever. And then you come and say, "Hi, I'm Nadia. I'm a mother of two," or you don't even have to say that. You can also come and say, "Hi, I'm Nadia. I learned 20 years ago how to do crochet, and I decided, why not starting sharing it with you?" Boom. So you're kind of explaining who you are. Or for example, to say, "Hi, I'm Nadia, and I used to be really busy and stressful with work, but one day somebody suggests me, why don't I try crochet? Since I started, I actually found such a peace, such a calm journey. Now I cannot stop. Every day on my way to work, I create all of this, and I can't wait to share it with you." Boom. Any person, and then you obviously use the correct hashtags and captions that people will search that are interested in that, and any other person, even males, females, teenagers, whatever, that they are like, I stress myself. For example, I struggle a lot in public transports, okay, because there's a lot of people and everything, so it's just too much. That's why I try to don't travel on peak times. But I always bring either my drawing or my crochets, always. And I do it. Why? Because I lost myself in that world. And also, try to film yourself on the public transport. You're doing that, for example. Film yourself. Film yourself. Let's go to the station. And then you show what you are carrying. Your yarns, your hooks, your whatever it is that is your craft. Then you do it when you're in the station waiting for the bus or the train. You can also film yourself doing that. Or while you're doing it, while you're sit down. Everybody can fit a really small tripod or holder that you can put in that. And if you travel with somebody else, will come and say, "Hey, film me, I need it." Everybody can do a 50 seconds video. And then again, later on in your lunch break, well, you are eating and crocheting at the same time, or you're creating a pattern. There is so many ways you can actually share your story and your journey and who you are with simple things. And then again, the idea that I just gave you of the let's go to work together, the craft that I do while I'm going to work, guess what? You can film one day from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to bed, and actually do one project so people can see in really small short videos the process of that project, and then at the next week you can come actually with the project and say, now I'm going to teach you step by step. Like, do you remember what I shared with you while I was going to work? Now I'm going to teach it to you. Boom. But you already create a whole week of real story, real connection. So you are building an audience of people going to work, people that need a relaxing hobby or something like that. And then by the time you come with the project and people is interested, maybe they even already ask you, could you please teach me? Could you please show me that pattern? Could I please have it? There we go. So you are sharing that with everybody. And by the time you put your pattern, you might already, or your pattern, visual pattern, you might already have built an audience. Did you just see in this? I mean, those know what my notes were saying, but look at the incredible video I came up with, the incredible idea I came up with for you. So look at that. You are building all of this. And one thing, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. If people come to you and start saying to you, can you share the pattern? Can you send me the written pattern? Don't do it for free, but also don't come and say, yes, it's £10. You can come and say, yes, at the end of the week, I'm going to do a giveaway, participate, and you might get it for free. And then you come and to build your audience and prepare everybody for next week, you can come and say, for anybody wanting to win the written pattern in advance by me, this is what I've done, okay? Then you come and say, tag 2 people or tag 10 people and prove that they subscribe to my account, and then you will participate. I don't know. I'm not really good at giveaways, but you understand what I mean? Create a giveaway right before you upload the actual visual pattern, because once you upload the visual pattern, probably they don't want the written pattern anymore. But you have been teasing them with it when you were sharing the step-by-steps of the actual let's go to work. Make sense? So you are connecting one thing with another, and people is starting to get to know you, get to know your voice and things like that. Try at the very beginning to share your voice. So like that, when you are doing videos in the future, showing your hands more, they already connect the voice with the person. Unless you're gonna decide to use AI, which again, I don't suggest it to you. I don't watch any video that use AI voices. I dislike it very much. I'd rather have a silent video with the written captions. I used to do that because I lost my voice for 2 months. I either put a music and put the caption on the camera so they can follow it with me, or I actually do my voice. That's the two things. When I hear this, and now do this step, take the loop and pass it over the jar, I'm like, no thank you. No thank you. I don't want that. I want a real person. I know there's somebody behind those hands. I want that person. You want to do, you don't speak English, and you want to do, or another language, and you want to do it, well, guess what? Then go translate those captions into another language and upload it. You don't actually have to speak the language, but at least you do a lovely music where everybody is relaxed. I will suggest when you do that, share the whole pattern. So is somebody there sitting with you, doing it with you calmly and relaxedly and whatever. Those videos are lovely. And then that's it. You understand what I mean? Don't try to avoid the use of AI. And I know a lot of people dislike me when I say that, but to be honest, I think AI is here to kill handmade and content creators, real content creators like me, because it's a lot easier to write a text, put it on an AI platform, and then ask them to generate you a video or pictures in the audio, and then take 5 seconds to edit. I mean, I know it's tempting, it's good, it's incredible, but I don't suggest it. That's my opinion. That's my humble and complete opinion. It's absolutely your thing. But again, as I say, I'm not an actual expert. I'm not gonna come here and lie and say I have millions of sales. No, I sell few things. I'm doing good. I'm doing really quite good. Right now, I'm rebranding New Mom Spirit. As I say, I'm gonna bring back the tumblers. I want to completely change my working space. I'm starting on Patreon. By the way, if you don't know, I'm in Patreon now, and I'm going to, from the 14th of July, start sharing all of my crochet tutorials in there. So if you want to join us for as little as £3 a month, you can actually have access to all of my written and visual patterns. And as well, I'm going to create a workbook for small businesses. And then the workbook basically will take you from the very beginning. I'm already creating it, okay, but I'm going to upload it starting from the 14th of July. And I'm still working on it because I can't stop adding things. It might be a really long one. Probably I will do it digitally so you can just like read it, because maybe on printing will be too much. But what I'm creating so far and the structure that I'm following, it's from the very, very beginning on, as I say, create a name, learn from your niche, and I'm breaking everything down really well, step by step, all completely, boom, 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 boom. I will take you up to being established, have an audience, and have a constant income from there. Because I know that I already shared a video saying crochet and money, they don't go together, but there is so many things you can actually sell and promote and create in relate to crochet or knitting or handmade things that can bring you money. As I say, you can create like this videos where you are teaching other people your journey on the small business, and then let's do together. Or you can be sharing teaching people online from absolute beginner how to start to end, vlogs, because maybe therapeutically or emotionally or spiritually you love to do that. Share yourself and be like, we're gonna do this project today, let's do it together. Why? Because maybe that motivates you to actually create something. So why not go and do it? You know what I mean? There's so many things you can do out there that don't make yourself stop because you feel like what I'm doing, it's not gonna work. To be honest, if you don't start today, right now, today, not because I'm telling you, it's because I can assure you, when we don't make the decision, boom, and we overthink it, especially neurodivergent people like me, you will never do it. You can find yourself in 10 years. Remember that once upon a time, Nadia from New Mom Spirit told me, start today. It's been 10 years and I haven't started. And life is gonna change, life is gonna grow, and the longer you take to start, the more difficult it's gonna be for you to be where you want to be. Because as I say, this is the very bottom, this is where other people is, where you want to be, but in 10 years we might be here, and it's gonna be so much harder for you from reaching to here, when before it was just this distance. I hope you understand all the metaphors that I try to say. I'm a metaphorical person. I like to make a lot of examples for you to understand it, but that's how it is. Okay, so consider all what I said to you. I'm gonna leave the Patreon link down there, and to be honest, one of the reasons why I decided to do that is because I've been giving lessons online and patterns for free and full tutorials for free and everything for far too many years, for 5 years now, and seeing the appreciation from people or the rewards or the whatever it is that I was getting, it was so little, which I appreciate every single person that is in this platform and every single person that has bought anything and enjoyed the videos and whatever, but I was expecting more. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that people was just interested on the free stuff and then the rest of the things like, sorry, no, I don't want it. If you don't give it for fully free, I don't want it. Well, what do you want me to do? Make the project for you and then send it to you and you can sell it and say it's yours rather than mine? You understand my point? Some people is actually like that. So be grateful of that, appreciate that, and reconsider that. I hope this video was so valuable for you, and let me know in the comments, would you like me to come here and teach you how to do an account from scratch, how to do a business account for TikTok? I can teach you that and show you how to upload, schedule things, but there's a million other videos out there, so I don't really actually want to do it, and then it's not valuable because if you don't need it, why? Or how to do logos or how to find a name or things. If you want me to teach you all of that, I will do, but as I say, everything is really well breaked down on my workbook. And as I say, for £3 a month, you can go and get a lot of content and a lot of tips, because same like I'm uploading a lot of crochet stuff in there as well. I'm doing the small business workbooks, and that could literally change your life and the way how you see the world of content creation and social media and small businesses and everything. So I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for being here one more time. I will see you really soon. Take care and bye now.